Hello and welcome people back to more of Husbando Wonderland Adventures with Maximilian and that thing, whatever it was called.
Sadly, no boobies.
No, he doesn't get any boobs.
Aw, how sad.
I mean, he can only be, like, you can't have this much sexiness in one person.
True, it's against the law. You'd have to pay a fine.
Probably, like a very, very, very big fine. What's really weird is this whole area, because this guy is in it, will always will always have boss music in it, even if he's not the monster you're fighting. Which I find weird because that's not the case for Ellen.
That is weird. I guess Ellen just doesn't think highly of Andre.
Well, she didn't get Andre here, she got boobs.
I know. So clearly she doesn't think highly of him because he wasn't there.
And here is where I found out that if you keep hitting him, you won't be able to get up. And he got tripped again.
Yeah. You see, this is why you should always be on the offensive.
No status effects.
None at all, just keep flipping monsters. So enough of that.
Yeah, now we can actually progress. What's really nice, they always respawn the crystals with HP and stuff like that, and even the crystals that have certain items in them. They never seem to run out of them, so it's a very nice thing. Like, to be fair, you do have to. You can grind for them easier, but generally you do have to like. Defeat every enemy in order to actually get to the items. So there is that, but there is always 100% probability that you're going to get that particular item that you've gotten every single other time. It's not like there is this much percent chance that it's gonna be that.
Jesus Christ, there's a lot of those guys.
Yeah. But there is a reason for them, which I actually find out. I think around here after I clear this area.
And trying as hard as you might to use the pill bug, but failing.
No, I'm not using the peel bag. I'm trying to use Maximilian, but they're too fast. This is actually where I kind of give, after this section, I kind of give up on using Maximilian. Because Max just doesn't cut it.
He'll never be able to cover fighting games on this video game again.
No. I mean, he can't even combo very well.
Okay.
I know that's cruel, but that's the truth.
And true. That is the truth of folklore.
And here is another turret.
Another turret.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Keats gets a kick out of this.
Yeah, he's very happy about this.
He embraces his superhero life. Seriously, he's so happy.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if you had powers like that to just throw mythical beings out of your hand and just control them however you like, and here you can see the karma info.
Why is
This
it
is
named
generally-
Pew?
Ew.
I know, right?
Puke. It's a puke. I'm not gonna be using pulse nuts on this thing because I'm not using it. But yeah, it gives you all of the information for those that doesn't well, let's say it like that. The levels that aren't visible will generally be something that would actually cancel the effect of the other one. So, for example, for Andre, the requirement for the second level is actually just kill 15 folks instead of 10. Or like the requirement for Terrant or Omega, I think, is one of them is kill this many folks and then kill this particular folk. And here I actually went ahead and discovered that defeat means kill them with him and not absorb them.
So this makes the perfect grinding spot.
Yes, because there are just so many folks that are so easy to kill.
It's like you're bowling. It's great.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and once you get some level ups, it gets like I was just doing it this way because I wanted to make sure that and that I did just as a reflex more than anything else. It's like, you know, you see something and you just do it automatically.
Right.
But yeah, I just right now I just need one more, so I just focused on one and abused him.
If only you had a Katamari.
Oh, that would be awesome. Like like take all of the folks and then just absorb them all at once, like the size of a planet.
Yes.
And here, as you've maybe seen for like split second, the requirements for Puke in order to evolve even further is to actually defeat a very particular folk. That folk, however, we have not met yet. It's probably not even on this level.
Maybe it doesn't even exist.
Thankfully, they do give you names even if you have never actually met them.
Yeah.
This game does one weird thing about the save rotation, as in it always puts the like it doesn't remember which save points, like let's say the first, second, and third. Let's say save points. First isn't going to always stay first, and second isn't always going to stay second. It's like, the newest one is always going to be on top, which becomes kind of confusing.
So,
but I guess
who's this chick?
A new character.
Sure, I'll take the truth if it'll sell.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I went through this whole ordeal.
There are multiple netherworlds?
Oh, yes. Just like they said before, when we were, I think with Alan or... No, I think it was with Alan or him. They did say that this is, this whole netherworld is the pleasant feelings relating to death. Yeah, and here this is a really nice touch. They do explain that that whole folklore was not just memories of one person. It just like what you were looking for just kind of got drawn to you. This is how Ellen actually found all of the just found the Harvey's father in it, as opposed to everybody else. And here, as you see, the strategy for defeating the Bulbasaur is different. It's actually much more straightforward. It doesn't involve the troll getting sucked in. He actually does not use that attack anymore.
Just punch him in the mouth.
Yes, just punch him in the mouth and set him on fire.
Now that is not true. Keats is not a messenger. He is a guardian, sir.
That is true.
For worlds other than their own. No, we typically use it for dead people. So...
Like, that's another thing they explain at the very beginning. It's not the actual term they are supposed to be using, but because people say it, they just kind of adapted it. So yeah, this is where I am supposed to go later, as far as I remember. So I head back. Well, actually, this is where I am supposed to go, so I'm gonna go the other way.
Fuck the story.
I mean, this is an RPG.
Always go the wrong way. Rule of any game.
Yeah, this area doesn't have anything new, but it has the turrets, which becomes very useful, especially later on once I found out that Omegas actually evolved from defeating turrets. Yeah, it's a thing, and also turrets evolve from defeating Omegas.
That's nice.
Yeah, there is a whole bunch of things like that. Thankfully, it's always a folk that is. Thankfully, it's always the folk that is super effective. So it's not like you have to use a not very effective tactic. And here is the reason why I like Andre much better than Maximilian.
So I guess that's their version of mimics then. It's just kind of having some folk inside a crystal sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, this area is also good for grinding, which is what I'm gonna be using it for. I don't think now. I think it's gonna be later.
False nuts.
Yeah, defeat 8 folks with him. And then there is another one, which is defeat a couple Omegas with him. The kind of annoying part about it is that like say, he has a requirement that is defeat 8 folks, and then a requirement which says defeat 8 Omegas. If say 8 of those folks that I defeated were Omegas, or like 3 of them, or like any number, they don't count for the second one. The second thing does not become valid until it's available, so to say.
Ouch.
So just like find the easiest ones to take care of. Yeah. This didn't take too long.
Right. Well, now we save and go on to fighting Ivysaur, right?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
Well, we need to traverse the stage and also get a couple new folks.
Do we get to be an asshole to the Fairy King?
No, sadly not.
Aww.
It's not Drakengard free. If we could do the thing, well, we will get as Keats, we do get to be an asshole to the Fairy King eventually, because as we've seen so far, the fairies don't really like Keats.
Oh, they don't.
Neither does the Fairy King.
And neither does Ellen.
And that lady that we've met right there, she also doesn't like the Fairy King. Actually, very few people like the Fairy King.
The Fairy King's kind of a douche that way.
Yeah, I think only Ellen likes him, and it's only like because stuff.
Yes, because Ellen.
Because she's very trustworthy. And here I'm going to represent the Stud Muffin mode. And that was a triangle attack. Here, before I kill him, I wanted to just take him back. The annoying part is, if you go into this mode and start capturing folks, this does not pause the duration of the Stud Muffin mode.
Good.
So it just runs out as you're capturing a folk. So remember that. But you can cancel the mode just by the same way as you activate it. So L3 and R3.
Reminds me of Tales of Exillia 2. So since we established that Ellen is Mila, clearly Keats is Ludger.
Totally.
So. No
And as you've seen, the Omega that he uses is actually slightly better than the Omega that Ellen has, because he has two swings, a small one, kind of upwards one, where he goes out, and a stronger one when he goes down. And just in general, does a lot more damage. Now here's the funny thing. I don't absorb another Omega Spirit until way later on. Like, I think until I do the side quests. And these folks are also unique to Keats' version of the level.
They're flying blowfish. What the hell?
Uh-huh.
And they have sunflower butts.
Oh yes, they have sunflower butts that shoot fire.
What the fuck?
Don't you want to have a sunflower butt that shoot fire?
No!
I guess you really don't like Taco Bell.
You know, this would be a really... You know, I can imagine. Imagine if Mario Brothers used the same thing for their fire flower power-up. It'd be a much different game.
Like Mario gets a flower just sticking out of his butt, and he just shoots it forwards and backwards.
Yes, exactly.
I bet there is a game like that. Released only in Japan.
Probably. Maximilian just really wants to get used.
The thing with Maximilian, all of his requirements for karma release are all like later game items.
Well,
I guess that just comes with the fact that he's a DLC monster.
right.
You see there how much hits there were with Omega.
Yeah.
He's really good. And here I just decided to murder him for the sake of karma release.
Good. There are 3 items there.
Mm-hmm. They are actually fire elemental crystals. This is what we need the sunflower blowfish for. They're hardly any different from the destruction elemental crystals, to be honest. Well, at least for my colorblind eyes.
They're a deeper red.
Yeah, they're deeper red. But to be fair, like I think the Allen's destruction elemental crystals are the exact same color as those, or maybe something in between, because she doesn't get a fire element, as far as I remember.
So even Keats has to fight Argus.
Yes, but he has a much easier time with it because I have 2 monsters that can actually that can actually beat the guy. Which still doesn't mean he's not going to stun lock me.
Yeah.
He, as we've seen in the picture book, he's actually weak to fire.
It actually lights him on fire too.
Mm-hmm. Nice effect. Although I am, it still doesn't change the fact that I have a really small range with it.
Yeah, I can notice that. That's weird considering the actual Folk is like a freaking flamethrower.
It's like very like slight, like just kind of farts a little bit with fire.
Pretty much.
But yeah, unlike with Alan, I can actually combo a thing in order to attack him. With her, it's like one attack, and then
one attack again.
One attack. And here I discovered something else that I never knew before. If you happen to do the input for the take your controller upwards before it actually turns red, as it is on the way to turn itself red. It actually does like a whole more taking out damage. Yeah, it's like you've seen how it just went from I still have like four pulls to go. It just went to nothing.
Yeah. Well, onward.
For this really tiny corridor.
Yep.
So yeah, this place looks familiar.
Same guy from before.
I'll insert the important information in brackets.
Yep.
Brackets, folklore brackets. I wonder how you speak with brackets. Must be a British thing.
Or maybe he just holds up a sign and he just goes pick one.
Just holds like 2 cardboard brackets around his face and says a thing.
Yep, and then you have to poke him when you want him to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. And whenever he speaks, he just kind of scribbles around.
Yes. Writes it on a note, just hands it to you.
Mm-hmm. And holds it out perfectly so that the person's standing to it at the right angle can see it in the exact same way as we are seeing it.
Totally. I still love that when you talk to that guy with Ellen, he was like, "Oh yeah, you'll be great, don't worry." But as Keats, he's like, "Man, you're gonna get screwed."
I love these stairs. No outsiders may be granted our audience.
Fine, if we care.
Whatever.
We'll just go do everything ourselves then.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna just go off and do side quests. Let's see you in the next episode.